I hope your first day back at work were alright. I had a bit of a dull this morning because I got to work and I found some bastard nicked me Weetabix. You don't mind sharing, do you? If somebody comes and says, can I borrow a Weetabix? I say, of course you can, love. Have one. When you get there, it's been nicked. Different game. To get me thinking, though, about Weetabix. When I was younger, Weetabix were advertised with little Weetabix skinheads. Odd way to advertise a breakfast cereal, isn't it? I just wonder what it was like in that meeting. Advertising meeting. Well, I've had an idea. Do tell us. Well, you know our Rice Krispies have got snap, crackle and pop and they appeal to that younger audience. Well, we should have our own characters. Ah, very good, Nigel, very good. And what have you come up with? 5 little skinheads. Odd. Nobody else seems to remember him. Wow. And he got passed. Somebody went, that's a right idea. Must have been a Friday afternoon job, know what I mean? Anyway, we're here to preview Wednesday against Wigan. We're entering this stage now. We've got a lot of games this month. I think it were 8 games for February. The next 2 huge games because we're taking on first and second in table, Rotherham and Wigan. Now the Wigan games first, they're on fire. They're the form team in the division, but I think Wednesday can get a result. There's a couple of reasons why. Firstly, he looks like Will Keane might be out, and he's their top scorer and probably their one to watch, their best player. He's missed the last 2 games, including a cup game when they've just lost to Stoke at weekend. The other reason why I think we can beat them, despite the good run, and I'm not taking it for granted or saying it'll be an easy game and it'll be a very tough game, but we'll just have a quick look at their results and I'll try and explain why. Right, a quick look at Wigan's results then. I'm going to do the last 5. So, they're on a terrific run of form. They beat Doncaster 2-1. Followed that up with a 2-1 against Morecambe. Another win against Gillingham, this time 3-2. More recently, a 0-0 against Cheltenham Town. And then a 1-1 draw with Oxford. So, terrific form that they're in. What's that? 8 goals that they've scored. On paper, they're on fire, but I just want to have a quick look at this. If you look where the teams are that they've played, so they beat Doncaster 2-1, but Donny 24th in the table, bottom of the table. Beat Morecambe 2-1, 21st in the table. A very tight 3-2 win against Gillingham, who were 23rd. A 0-0 against 17th place Cheltenham, and most recently, in many ways probably the best result, is a 1-1 against Oxford, who were up in 5th. Now don't get me wrong, that's a fantastic run. 3 wins on the spin, then 2 draws, 8 goals scored. They're doing well. But when you look where them teams are that they've beat in the table, and when you look at those games and how tight the scores were, 2-1, 2-1, 3-2, 0-0, 1-1. They're tight games, they're only nicking things by the odd goal and their top scorers out. So yes, they are on form, and yes, they're second in the table and they are in the shake-up for automatic promotion. But for all that, I don't think Wednesday have got anything to fear, especially with our own form. We'd still maintain that record. There's only Oxford that's beaten us at home. The only team who's beaten us home and away, actually. But they're the only team who's beaten us home. We haven't really looked under any particular pressure at home in the last few weeks. And I think I think Wigan will be looking over its shoulder and thinking, actually, this is a tough game for us, because Wednesday are looking good. Johnson looks like a revitalised player on left-hand side. Mendes-Lang's come in, got that volume in his legs, and he's really starting to power on right-hand side, and a little cameo up front the other day. The midfield 3, Luongo is, for my money, probably one of the best midfield players in division. Probably should be playing championship football. There's no better breaker of play, I don't think, in this division. Bannon in front of him looks a different player when Luongo's playing. Byers is coming from the cold after his injury worries and he's looking every part that, the the midfield ball player. We've still got the strength at the back. Story's come in, looked a great acquisition, and like I said in last video, somebody I think we should try and sign. The experience of Hutchinson and the head. You know, the goalkeeper's playing well. I don't think there's anything to fear at all from Wednesday. I genuinely think we can get a win. A tough game, tight game, but for all us looking at it and say, oh, this is a really hard game for us, I genuinely think Wigan's going to be looking at it and thinking, actually, this is a right tough game for us and all. So, might be too tough to call, but in my head and my heart, I think Wednesday can win it. Should be a good game. I know some people are saying this is the games that will define the season, this and Rotherham, and it not in the sense of top two, because I think that challenge is beyond us now, but in terms of staying in touch with that group in the top six, we're in 7th place. It is a big game in that sense. We need to go on this run of form now, but imagine the confidence if we could beat Wigan, especially going into a Rotherham game. I think get a result against these, and I really think that'll lift everybody, players, fans, everybody involved in the club, and I think we can do it. Might be tight, but I've got another feeling. I'm going 2-0 Wednesday. I am. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you tomorrow after the game.